Ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing the discussion now. We were talking about what constitutes importance, or and a lot of people kind of see like something else that they really enjoy doing as important, like because with me, like, music is such a big part of my life. Like, I really want to do something do something with the music industry and do something really big with it and kind of change, just kind of at least be a new face or a... Okay, that is impossible, but I'm gonna do it. Like, I want to do something that'll be like unique and interesting for the music industry. And I mean, there are people out, like a lot of indie game producers, like want to do it because they want to change. I think because they want to change some of the change some of the face of video games. And I mean, good for them. I think that's really cool. I mean, everybody can bring something different to the table. And I think that's what makes, like, nobody more important than another, because everybody has their own opinions, and everybody has their own life experiences and different things to say. Did it? Oh my gosh. Oh. That felt good. I mean, regardless of what you do, you're important. Like, I have, I think I mentioned before, but I have a friend, Counterwise, who lives in Australia. And he's been a really good friend to me. He's another, he does his own electronic music, and in my opinion, it's infinitely better than mine. But he's not going to go into that, because I mean, he also has like a big passion for, I think it was chemistry. And I mean, that's awesome. But he also mentioned to me that he really liked making music, and he kind of wished that he could do it for. He wished he could spend like all of his time making music. And I get that. I mean, that's what I'd like to do with my life. But I mean, we were talking about it. We also know that it's next to impossible to get. Hey, wait a minute. Which one's that? Which BIT.TRIP game is it? Sorry, yeah, they are moving. I could tell, but I forget which game that is in the background. Because I do know that is one. I think. Oh crap. I don't remember. But anyways, like, it's really hard to make it, especially in the music world, because you have to have a combination of, like, you have to be able to interest people, you have to have a lot of musical talent, you also have to, like, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's really hard for somebody to pull it all off. I mean, what is it? Take Deadmau5 for example. Like, he had, like, firstly, his music production was tight. I mean, it certainly has quite a bit to do with his own talent, but he was just kind of like your average, not very well-known producer for a while there. But but it was, I think, a lot of his popularity, a lot of the reason that he even had popularity to begin with, I think, was because the mouse head, and that's what made people notice him. So, like, but then then Ghost and Stuff just decided to magically like smash through and be like a huge breakthrough hit for him. Jump too early. And that was a big part of it. Like, it's a lot of combination of doing something crazy enough to get you noticed. It's depending on who notices you. A lot of it depends on who notices you, how good you're. It's a combination of who you know, or who finds out about you, and how important they are. Gosh dang it! It's how important you are, how talented you yourself are, and how good your own stuff is, and just sometimes just getting lucky. Like, are you going to be one of those people who just makes it? And then there's no real good way to tell, like, with that. I mean, I could say the same thing about Let's Playing. Just any sort of especially creative endeavor. A lot of it's just who you know, and it's very situational. And is that a problem? Kind of, I think. I mean, it's not... I mean, do I think it's like... I mean, do I have any other suggestions as to how it could be better? No idea. Gosh. Do I have any ideas? No. But it just means that you kind of have to learn to play the system if you're going to do anything like that. Like, are you going to... I ducked, but anyways. Like, are you going to do are you going to make sure that you get noticed somehow? Like, that's what I think a lot of Lady Gaga did, by being so odd. That was intentional, because when you do something crazy, it makes people notice you. Even if that initial reason, maybe like people noticing her because like she's so irreverent or whatever, but people are still talking. It's kind of like the all press is good press, which I kind of buy into a little bit, honestly. Because like, if people are talking about you, your name's still getting out there. I mean, for crying out loud, Justin Bieber's haters probably did more to support him than anything else ever happened with him. Because then his name's getting thrown around more often. I didn't even see that. But, yeah, like, I think Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga are perfect examples of that. Probably, I mean, it may just be me, but I think that's how the system works. And it's not, I mean, you can only play it so far because some of it goes into luck. Like, what was this? I was on Facebook, and for a while my ad blocker wasn't working. So I was looking at a lot of dance music pages at that time. Are you kidding me? I was looking at a lot of dance music stuff at the time, so some of the ads on the sides started to match that interest. So I found about this guy. His name is Sharkoffs, I think. I mean, like, I have never heard of him outside of that. Maybe I just haven't been listening to the right channels, but I have never heard of Sharkoffs outside of that Facebook, and I thought that was going to bounce me over. But I've never heard of Sharkoffs outside. And the thing that really interested me in him and made me think, hey, this might be kind of interesting, was the fact that he had this cool looking helmet. It had like a shark fin on it, and that was like his little shtick. But I don't think he was. He'd done some production stuff, but I think he started out more as a DJ in just the Florida area, which I think is a good area for that. But, I mean, he did what he could to play the system. Like, he had his little shtick. He had his the thing that people could know him by. And I don't know if it worked or not. Because I've never heard of him. I've never heard of him outside of that Facebook thing. So I don't really know what to say. A lot of it comes down to luck. Are you going to be that lucky person to get noticed? You just don't know. You just don't know necessarily. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I think that's the most important thing to take out of that. Just because you're just because like the chances are slim, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Because I mean, look at Maven. He knows. I mean, he's a smart guy. He knows. He's probably mentioned this before even, but he knows just as well as I do that there's like his chances of getting noticed aren't big as much as I know he'd like to. And honestly, I think he deserves to. But I mean, I'm sure there are people who would disagree with me. But he's not as good as other people. That may be very well true, but I still think he's good, and his commentary is interesting. It's kind of like early C-Nanners. Well, not early C-Nanners, but like when C-Nanners like just does gameplay videos and then talks about like important stuff, and he does that. But Maven's still kind of like following his dream. No. Also, I'm going to use the alternate path because I'm pretty sure that's how they get the new character, and they want that new character. But, like, just because the chances aren't great doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Because who knows if you're going, who knows, you might be the lucky one to get, you may be the lucky one to get picked. It may take a long time. It usually does take a long time and a lot of persistence. That's why a lot of people fail, because they expect instant gratification. But they don't get that instant gratification. Also, yeah, I know I skipped that the plus, and I'm going back to that. I think that's what separates the men from the boys, to use the phrase. It's there's like a period of like a certain amount, like after a certain amount of time, it's how much time you put into it, and eventually you get people. It's those people, like, instead of like the one-hit wonder smash hits or whatever, or the people who just make it, working for it too, no matter what you're doing, it's important. Like, what is it? I was actually just watching something by Ryan Higa, who is the guy who does the Nika Higa channel on YouTube, which is one of the most subscribed channels on YouTube. I think it might be the most subscribed. I can't really remember. Like, I remember back when I was in middle school, like over 6 years ago, like the beginnings of YouTube, where he was putting some of his videos up, like how to be ninja, and those are still funny to me. But like he was kind of doing like this little like apparently there's been this thing called Draw My Life that's been really popular for like people who do like vlog style things sometimes to do. Like I saw a couple of other people do it, and just some people I didn't like. But I really do like Ryan, and he's really funny. He seems like a good person, and he's one of those people I actually think is genuinely funny. So, like, it really I'm like, okay, this is something I actually want to watch. So I did, and he kind of brought up the same thing of the also like follow your dreams. Yes, I knew it, by the way. This is the one where you get the new guy, but like just because what is it? He like he had kind of a tough life. I mean, I won't ruin the entire thing because I do think it's a really good watch, which I would recommend doing that. Draw My Life by Nika Higa. Oh, I didn't even see that. But there's one point because his parents were really pushing him to go to college, and he for was it chemical engineering or something, which he did. He did it, and he did it for like what, 2 years, I think he said, and he hated every minute of it. Like there's nothing he just couldn't do it. So what but at that time, like he had put like all the stuff he'd put on YouTube that started becoming pretty popular. So like he decided to pursue his YouTube career, which is what he's. Oh wow, okay. But that's what he decided to drop college to pursue YouTube, and his parents actually supported him. And I guess that's a big part of it, is to have people in your life who are going to support what you're doing. I think that's a big part of it. And I know there's a lot of this. I really do think that it's important to follow your dreams. And then, when I say that, that means actually follow them, not just like, oh, I guess I'm gonna do this. Like, put in conscious effort. Do it. Like, actually try to follow. Like, don't just expect them to happen to you, because the best things in life were worked for. I don't know. That's just me. And I know I'm running a little bit over on time on this episode, so this'll be... that was stupid. I guess that'll be it, but I really do think it's important, and I think it's important for me to say that whatever you guys decide to do, as sappy as this is, and I know this sounds really stupid, just... I know you can do it, and I trust you guys that you're going to be able to just do what you can to follow your dreams. And if you want to follow them hard enough, it'll work.